Hello, I'm Jordan Dracek. I'm a Missouri State University dietetic intern, and I want to thank you for coming to my prenatal nutrition video today, where I'll be talking about nutrition during pregnancy. So proper nutrition both before and during pregnancy play a role in the outcome of the pregnancy and play a role in the health of both the mother and the child. But a lot of times it can be hard to find resources to find this information. So that's why I decided to make this class to help make some resource available to women who are pregnant. So let's get started. So just a quick disclaimer, this class was designed to give general information and advice to women who are pregnant. This information should not be taken over the advice of your healthcare provider. So the first thing I want to talk to you about today is the idea of getting a balanced plate. So if you look on the left side of the slide, you'll see that there's different components of our diet. So vegetables, fruits, grains, protein, oils, and dairy. And most of these are listed as a range. That's because the recommended amount gets larger as the calories in the diet increases. And then if you look at the middle of the slide, I have some examples of each of these different categories to help maybe visualize these different groups. And above that, I have the My Plate tool. I think this is a great tool to use to help get, balance your plate and make sure that you're getting all the different components of the diet in a balanced way. So with vegetables, work to get 2.5 to 3.5 cups of vegetables per day. So one serving of vegetable could be 1 cup of raw or cooked vegetables, could be 1 cup of 100% juice, or 2 cups of leafy greens. So it's just as important to get a variety of colors from vegetables in our diet as it is to get enough vegetables. So there are different groups of vegetables that provide different nutrients for our body. So there's the dark green vegetables, there's the red-orange vegetables such as carrots, the peas, beans, and lentils, the starchy vegetables such as potatoes, and then other vegetables. So working to have a colorful plate can add flavor and give your body all the nutrients that it needs. And then fruit. So we're going to get 1.5 to 2.5 cups of fruit a day. This could include fresh, frozen, juices, dried, or canned fruit. It's recommended to get half of your daily intake of fruit from whole fruit, which is fresh, frozen, canned, or dried, and then choosing 100% fruit juice when you do drink juice. So examples of 1 cup of fruit could be 1 cup of fresh fruit, 1 cup of 100% juice, or a half a cup of dried fruit. Work to get 6 to 10 ounces of grains in a day. So some examples of what 1 ounce of grains would be is 1 slice of bread, a half cup of cooked rice, a half cup of cooked pasta, 3 cups of popcorn, or 1 cup of ready-to-eat cereals. So half the daily grains that you eat should be from a whole grain source. So whole grains help our body by giving us nutrients that are removed during the processing needed to make refined grains, such as B vitamins and fiber. When choosing whole grains at the store, be sure to look at the food label. The whole grain ingredient, such as whole wheat, if you're looking at bread, should be either the first ingredient on the list or the second one after water. Proteins are an important part of a healthy diet, and it's recommended to get 5 to 7 ounces of these per day from different sources. So some examples of what 1 ounce of protein would be is 1 ounce of meat, poultry, or fish, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, a half ounce of nuts, 1 egg, or a 1/4 cup of cooked beans would be some examples of 1 ounce of. Proteins are broken up into multiple categories in our diet. So there's the meat, poultry, eggs, and seafood. There's the peas, beans, and lentils, which are also vegetables, so they fit in both the vegetable category and the protein category. And then also nuts, seeds, and soy. Meats and poultry should be chosen in their fresh, frozen, or canned form as the best choice, as opposed to the more processed meat such as hot dogs. And oils are the healthy fats in our diet present in foods such as nuts, seeds, seafood, and common cooking oils such as canola oil and olive oil. It is recommended to get 24 to 36 grams of this per day. So this portion refers to the sources of fat in our diet. And while not all sources of fat are oils, the oils are often seen as the healthier choice. So if you notice on the left side of the screen, I have listed oils, but in the middle where I have examples, I put fat. Because I think it's important to know that although oils are seen as the healthier choice, it's still okay to have other sources of fat, such as butter, as part of a balanced diet. So looking at the nutrition label can help you know how many grams of fat or oil you are receiving in a serving. So as an example, 1 tablespoon of olive oil will provide 14 grams of fat or oil. And so the last part I want to talk about today is dairy. So we're to get 3 cups of dairy per day. And some examples of dairy are 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of fortified soy milk, 1.5 ounces of natural cheese such as cheddar, and 1 cup of yogurt. During pregnancy, the recommendation for dairy intake does not change, and dairy is an excellent source of calcium in the diet. So getting at least the lowest amount recommended for each of these food groups is a great goal to focus on during pregnancy. So you might be asking yourself, how many calories do I need? The calorie needs of an individual can be controlled by many different factors such as age, gender, height, weight, and physical activity level. The USDA has created a simple calorie calculator where you can go and simply put in all the relevant information that it asks for, and it will create a calorie recommendation for you. And I have it listed on the slide here for you. It's the My Plate plan. And this calorie calculator can act as a starting point to estimate how many calories you need in a day. But just be sure to be mindful when using calorie calculators, even one provided by the USDA. Be sure to listen to your body, and if you're sticking to a specific calorie range that you think is right for you, but you feel like you have no energy throughout the day and feel hungry all the time, this might be a sign that your body needs more energy in a day. So instead, a simple method to consuming adequate calories is to follow your usual eating pattern in a healthy, mindful way, as we talked about, and then adding small snacks throughout the day. During pregnancy, it is common to hear the phrase eating for 2. Although it is true that adequate calories from a balanced diet is important, the increase in calories are often overestimated. As a mother goes through pregnancy, the calorie needs do continue to grow. But during the first trimester of pregnancy, no additional calories are required. As a female enters the second trimester of pregnancy, her calorie needs rise by an extra 340 calories a day. And by the third trimester, a female's calories needs have risen to 452 calories more than pre-pregnancy requirements. While going through a pregnancy, the amount of calorie needed in the diet increases during the second and the third trimester of pregnancy to promote healthy weight gain and the growth of the baby. These recommendations can serve as a great starting point for consuming adequate calories during pregnancy, but the best indication for whether enough calories are being consumed is whether appropriate weight gain is seen. So as we talked about in the last slide, there is an increased need for calories during the second and third trimester. And during the second trimester, women who are pregnant should be consuming an extra 340 calories in their diet. So working to add a few small snacks throughout the day is a healthy way to meet this need. So what does that look like? On the bottom part of the slide, I have a few examples of what this could look like as some healthy snacks throughout the day. So the first example would be like an ounce of almonds in the morning, and then later on in the day, maybe having like 5 crackers with an ounce of cheese and like a handful of carrots with it. And then another example could be having just an apple with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter as a snack throughout the day. And then during the third trimester, women who are pregnant should be consuming an extra 452 calories in their diet. So what does this look like? I have some examples of like some healthy snacks that you could eat throughout the day to meet this need. So the first example would be having like a glass of milk with a couple slides of graham crackers as a snack, like maybe a mid-morning snack. And then later on in the day, having like a cup of grapes with an ounce of cheese as a snack as well. And the second example would be having like maybe an egg with toast as a snack in the morning. And then later on in the day, having like an ounce of walnuts with some sliced bell peppers and maybe like a half a cup of strawberries.